That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are already about to kick off week 2 of the NFL season. Man, these weeks fly by. Best two-man duo in the Commanders community. I promise you that. Another game preview live and in living color right here on the Flex Zone podcast with my right-hand man, the Commander Lorian, the voice of reason, captain of the Goofy Ship, Cravante, baby. How you feeling, my guy?
Yo, what it do, man? What a quick turnaround. This is absolutely crazy. But hey, man, the season is moving right along, and we are going into week 2. So let's do this.
And let's play your song.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand Commanders, Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders.
Cravante, Thursday night football on the road after a monumental statement divisional win at home in week 1. How are you feeling? Short week, like you said, you blink your eyes, you're back on the field. Always tough, and it gets no tougher going to Lambeau, in my opinion, probably one of the toughest places to play in sports.
Definitely one of the toughest places to play in sports. Like historically, it's been a tough place to play. Just with all the aura that comes with that place. That's Title Town. You know what I'm saying? That's what they called it. But I thought it was a great statement win. Usually, in the past, when the Commanders or Redskins would play a team that they were superior than, they would play down to them, and it would end up being a close game and all that stuff. So it's good for us to say, hey, this team is not better than us. Let's prove it. And they went out and proved it. Defense looked great, outstanding. Jay Daniels wasn't as sharp as we would like him to be, but he got it done and no turnovers. Offensive line did okay against their front, so it's a lot of positives to leave week 1 going into week 2, going into Lambeau with. But the task is severely different. Severely.
Real quick to the game itself, as I was trying to get this information, they have never played the Packers and Commanders on Thursday night, Cravante. So they've never played on Thursday night. Washington is 10-17 on Thursday night football. So there you go.
Ugh.
There will be a lot of primetime games we know this year for the Commanders. So this is the first of many.
Yep.
This is the third time that the Commanders will play the Packers in week 2. So it seems like week 2 is the time you guys usually play. And all time, the Commanders are 16-20-1 against the Packers. And they're looking for their first win at Green Bay since 1988. 5-13-1 are the Commanders on the road against the Packers. So there you go, Cravante. When you hear those numbers, it just adds to what we already said about playing in Green Bay.
Absolutely tough. Very, very, very tough. This is not a team we play crazy often, but my gosh, it's the Packers, for as long as I can remember, have always been a pretty good organization and a pretty good team. So yes, it just absolutely adds to how tough it already is. And we don't have a good track record against them. We don't have a good track record on Thursday night. It's going to be a tall task and an uphill battle to beat this team. So I don't feel great going into this match. I'm being completely honest with you.
1988, though, man, when they throw numbers out there like that, I'm like, maybe it's the Commanders' time. It has to happen eventually, right?
Eventually it does. Eventually. So yeah, I hope I hope it happens this time. You know what I'm saying? So that really shows that like things are legit changing, and we've seen a number of things happen to let you and myself know that like things are different in DC. You know what I'm saying? So this would just be another thing.
Well, we know you are a pro, Cravante. You love to dress like the pros. You're already halfway there with the color of your shirt, as it will be the burgundy jersey, gold pants, and burgundy socks. I know Miss Hayes will have your fit lined up fresh for you. You'll be at work actually, probably working while the game is on as well, but we'll make sure we get the appropriate thing because we will be live directly after the game. But this is what we're rocking with this week, Monte. You cool with the fit?
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I heard ahead of time that the Packers were in all white. So I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. So that makes sense that we're in color because the Packers are going to be in all white. So yep, that looks great. I don't mind that for us for our our home jerseys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a great fit. Great threads.
Get
What's up, Mark?
to the injury report, Monte, because you just were speaking about it. Let's get to the injury report. It just seems like everybody's on the injury report, Cavante. I don't know who's not on the injury report. But the biggest way currently questionable. He did practice limited today. And let's take a look at the injury report and get your thoughts on that. Yeah, Tressway was limited. He is listed as questionable currently. And
Yep.
there you go. And Dietrich Wise did practice limited as well. He's also questionable. Noah Brown didn't practice, but John Bates, Jaden Daniels, and Deron Payne all full practice.
First of all, let me tell you something about John Bates. My gosh, that brother be blocking his tail off. My guy. He be blocking. He be blocking. He be blocking. Glad he was a full participant in Wednesday's practice. That's great. DJ Wise is I wasn't familiar with his. Looks like he has a knee injury. Limited. That's not great because when you're on a short week, the injury, if you get injured in Monday, it's almost not a foregone conclusion, but chances are you probably won't play, depending on how the severity of the injury, that you won't play at all on Thursday. So Dietrich Wise being on the injury report is unfortunate. And of course, Tressway, I believe our longest 10-year player, Mr. Flip the Field, is questionable. So I hope he makes the trip and I hope he dresses. I'm not really concerned about anybody else because they were full participants. Austin Eckler, him being limited is concerning. He was limited pretty much all week, which means he probably shook something up in the first game. I mean, in our week 1 matchup. But that isn't the worst thing in the world because we have 4 running backs, so that won't hurt too bad. He could actually probably rest this Thursday and be ready to go by week 3. And who knows, maybe Bill may start, but I see Jaden Daniels, he's full, so I'm all good. Deron Payne full, so I'm not really worried, but I'm really hoping Dietrich Wise and Tressway are able to play because they are difference makers.
If you're just joining us, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit the like button. If you're on X, come on over to YouTube, vote on the poll, let us know who wins. Real quick for the Packers, Cavante, Zanderson, questionable. Left guard, Aaron Banks, questionable. Nate Hobbs, cornerback, questionable. Of course, Micah Parsons, questionable. And Zach Tom, right tackle, questionable as well for the Packers.
Yeah, so they do have a couple injuries on the offensive line that we may be able to exploit. But that's probably their biggest hole. Michael Parsons being questioned, he's going to play. It's just how much. Is he going to play the same amount as week 1, or are they going to rev him up a little bit more? Because he played at 29, 30 snaps, something like that.
Yeah.
Which was probably about 50% of the total defensive snaps. But so will they do that again? It's a short week, so hopefully he's still on a similar snap count. Because I don't need him chasing down Jaden Daniels in his limited role in the Lions game. He made an impact, and that's not what you want. Not at all. He can definitely wreck a game.
As you saw, the all white for the Packers there. They will be wearing that on tomorrow, so we know their fan base will be crazy. Real quick, what did you think about Michael Parsons' debut for the Packers? I know that it was the back issues leading up into it, but the brother still got a sack.
Yeah, I guess nothing. A couple M's can't fix, huh? Um, like I said, in his very limited role, he caused havoc. He had quite a few. I think he had a handful of pressures, and he had a sack or two. I know he had one sack because I remember that was when Golf looked like an old man and it looked like a gazelle chasing him down. And Michael Parsons. It doesn't take much for him to make an impact, and him only playing half the snaps. I'm hoping that'll be to our benefit. That it's a short week, and he's, probably a little tired, probably a little hurt. So I'm hoping he doesn't play as much as he did in week 1. But he's a wrecker.
I guess that can lead us right into your keys to the game, Cravante, as we see the Commanders getting ready to head to Lambeau, which they did today. You want to get into your keys to the game? We can rock with those.
All right, man, let's get into it. So number 1, I feel like this is probably one of those things that's going to be on all the keys all the time. Protect Jaden Daniels. Find a way to protect Jaden Daniels. They have pretty good. Not it was a pretty good before, but now it's damn good. Pass rush, especially when Michael Parsons is on the field, along with Rashawn Gary coming off the edge. So our tackles will be tested, and you remember I have a rookie at right tackle, so he is going to be tested. I'm sure Michael Parsons is probably going to line up over top of everybody. They're probably going to move him and Rashawn Gary all over the place, but that's number 1. You have to protect Jaden Daniels at all costs. And next this kind of like piggybacks off of the offensive line. We cannot allow Michael Parsons to do what he did to the Lions. We cannot allow that, because it will be a very, very long and stressful day, because he is motivated. He is absolutely motivated. And when he was with the Cowboys, he had some of his best games against us. So I don't feel great about that, but we have to be able to contain him. I don't know if we're going to have to chip or something, double team chip. We're going to do all the above, because he can destroy an offense single-handedly, and we absolutely cannot allow that. So on the offensive side, that offensive line and containing Michael Parsons. My next offensive key is we have to be consistent on the run game. We have to try to be balanced. So Michael Parsons also can't just continuously tee off on us, because it seems as though he's probably going to only be on obvious passing downs. So we need to be able to switch it up and keep the Packers defense as balanced as possible. Now, defense, if we switch to the defensive side, the defensive keys, we got to find a way to force some turnovers, man. When you're on the road, everything is against you. The crowd is going to be noisy. It's all stacked up against us. We have to find a way to create turnovers. Have to find a way to create turnovers. If we can create 2, I believe we will have a shot in this game. If we can create 2, one being in the fourth quarter, but if we can create a couple turnovers, that'll do us a lot of good. Also, defense. We have to try to keep the same momentum from the Giants game. We need to keep that same defensive intensity that we had in that game. That needs to carry over to Lambeau, because we are absolutely going to need it. From the goal line stance, not giving up any touchdowns, and just being where you're supposed to be and being tough. So we're going to have to shut down their run game, and we're going to have to establish our own run game on the road, because you can't run the ball on the road. It's going to be a long day. Special teams. I'm not fond of kicking field goals, especially in that type of atmosphere. But gotta make your field goals. Matt Gay, gotta make your field goals. I'm loving what they're doing when it comes to like Debo, Eckler, a little Jalen Lane in the return game. Hopefully Jalen Lane will actually get an opportunity to return in the punting game. That'll be good to see. We may have to make a special teams play, because again, when you're on the road and you're up against it, we got to find ways to make plays where, you know what I'm saying, where it can help us a little extra. So being able to force turnovers, have some big plays in special teams, whether it be on offense or defense, is going to do us some good. So some good returns. Who knows? Debo maybe a return for a touchdown. Jalen Lane getting out the gate on the punt return. All those things, we're going to need all of them, because again, we're up against it in Lambeau big time. I feel like it's times 2 because it's in Lambeau. Just like you said before, I feel like Green Bay Packers play all their games in Lambeau when Aaron Rodgers was playing, but very, very tough place to play. But yeah, I usually try to get a couple keys on offense, couple keys on defense, and of course a couple keys on special teams.
I got something I want to show you, Cravante. I think you may enjoy it. For all of us 90s kids, you may enjoy this one if you haven't seen it already, but for everyone else out there as well.
Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a Bill.
No, he wants everyone to call him Bill. I'll call him Bill. It's easier. Yeah.
Handoff comes out to the right, to the 5, into the end zone! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! Bill Krosky, Merrick! 5, 10, 15, and he slips through a tackle. He's off to the races. 35-40, stays on his feet, out to midfield. What a run by Bill! Nice deft maneuvering by the 7th round pick rookie of Washington.
Awesome.
What you think about that? And what you think about the rookies? The rookies, Connolly, you got Amos and Bill.
Listen, man, we got rookies. For us to only have 5 picks, we got pretty much 3 starters out of the 5 picks. I think that's amazing. Trey Amos, I think it's a couple things. When you don't hear players' names, that is a great thing. I did see Trey Amos on a pass breakup on Malik Neighbors, so that's great to hear. That's great to see. Connolly is going to have a tall task. He was solid. I'll say he was good to solid in week 1. And I think he'll get better as time goes on. And of course, my man Bill getting in the end zone, that's always amazing. And him bringing that explosiveness is something. It just makes our offense a little bit more dynamic. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. Love that vid. I'm only a Bill. Yes, I'm only a Bill. Up on Capitol Hill. My gosh, man, that takes definitely takes us back. But Bill should be rookie of the week.
Well, Cravante, you gave your keys. We went over the injury report. We went over the threads. How do you see this game playing out in the Lambeau for week 2? People want to know.
I hate it, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. For those of y'all that checked us out on Mondays for the flagship podcast, I did not pick the Commanders. There is a way, there is a world where I can see them winning, but it's a tall order on a short week. The Packers are on a crazy high, and Micah Parsons he's had a lot of success against us as an individual. And Josh Jacobs, we really didn't talk much about him. He's gonna find his way in the end zone too. So I'm gonna put him on a touchdown parlay. I'm be honest with you, Byron. I'm put him in a touchdown parlay. And of course Jordan Love. Hey man, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him some love going into the game, but I'm hoping my defense does not show him love during the game. He is a good young quarterback, but I hope my defense can find a way to contain him. But I think it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna say 27-21, maybe 27-24. Packers.
What do you think about Jordan Love and those receivers? He's got a lot of young receivers. They got Matthew Golden. Christian Watson just got paid, even though he's hurt. So they extended him for another year. You mentioned some of the injuries to the O-line, Josh Jacobs, obviously, but you kind of got to see if these receivers can beat your corners one-on-one. I think that's going to be a big thing to watch in the game, too.
And that's absolutely what's going to happen, because Joe Witt Jr. is probably thanking his lucky stars that he can actually play man coverage now. We got to see what these receivers are about. You know what I'm saying? We need to make it tough on we need to make it tough on Mr. Love and fitting those passes into some of these tight windows. Because I mean, he's gonna have to mix it up on defense as far as our front seven, but on the secondary is a tall order, man. Get in their face, jam them. We're gonna have to do all that. You know what I'm saying? But we talked about Matthew Golden in the draft during draft season, during the draft process. Good young receiver, quick, fast. So had to find a way to contain these guys, man. And but yeah, they are pretty good in combination with Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love. It's a pretty damn good offense, man.
And this guy's pretty sneaky too at tight. Tucker Kraft.
Yes.
He's very sneaky. He's emerging as of late. He's a name you may want to look at. Bobby Wagner. What will we see from Von Miller this game? What will we see from Frankie Louvu? I mean, they play really good against the Giants, but like you said, a level of competition going up.
Oh, going way, way up. I don't know what we're gonna do with this guy, but if Bobby Wagner is probably not gonna be the answer for this guy. I don't know what we're gonna do, but he has been popping out lately, and I'm hoping that Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn are aware of him and have something in place to stop him. Maybe Quan Martin in man coverage, or maybe Will Harris in coverage, who is our starting safety that I didn't hear much from him, which is a good thing, because usually when you hear a player name being called, especially on defense, a lot of times it's not a good thing. But probably gonna play a little man coverage with him as well. I don't think letting him roam the middle of the field is going to be a good thing for us.
And what are you doing with Cliff Kingsbury against this defense? We know about Micah Parsons, we know about Rashawn Gary, but they were dominant on Sunday, just making the Lions, who had one of the best O-lines in the league, look putrid and look below average. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting as well, how the O-line, like you said, holds up and protects JD5.
So I think Cliff Kingsbury is going to have to get very creative. One, sound noise is going to be a factor. So it's probably going to be a lot of hand signs. We probably get in the huddle. JD5 is probably going to call 2-3 plays, and he's going to go between them. Like in games like this, you have to let, if the quarterback is competent, give them 2 to 3 plays and be like, hey, go with what you see, because communication is going to be lacking. What else? Also, get these guys, don't just sit back and let them, be able to tee off on JD5. Deebo Samuel is going to be all from right side to the left, all over the formation, just to keep their eyes moving. They can't lock in on any one particular person, because Deebo Samuel is going to be a problem in the middle of the field and going across the field one way to the next. So getting these guys on screens and going this way, going that, we got to get them going sideline east and west, not just north and south, just to keep them honest. But if we keep JD5 clean, I like the chances of us being able to, move the ball on this team. But again, that's a scary duo in pass rushing. So, we got to be balanced and keep the defense guessing. Why Terry? What Mark asks, Bill, what I think he's gonna do. I'm hoping for a TD, and I'm hoping for maybe 70, maybe 70 yards on the ground. And Terry, he ain't look too scary because Deebo Samuels was going off, and also he wasn't in training camp. I don't even know if he in shape for real. You know what I'm saying? So, but he definitely did not look scary at all in week 1. But thankfully, he didn't have to be. He was probably more of a decoy, if anything, for Deebo and Zach Ertz. So I'm cool with it, but I'm looking for a big game from Terry.
13 consecutive home opener wins for the Packers, ties the Dolphins. Special teams, Cavante, could you see more 4th downs maybe going for it with the questionable health of Tressway and then Matt Gay, like you said, kicking on the road? Maybe a little more aggression from Dan Quinn and Kingsbury?
Absolutely. And again, you may have to take shots like that, especially again being on the road. We're up against it. We're the underdogs. You may see us go for a couple of 4th downs if we're on, if we're on their side of the field, or if we're around the 50, the 50-yard line. Just because we need to do something. We need to do a little something extra. Lambeau Field on the road, Packers. Yeah, we may see a few 4th downs. And again, whatever Dan Quinn chooses to do, I am cool with it. But Tressway being shaky and Matt Gay being shaky, yeah, I think it's definitely on the table. We're gonna go for quite a few 4th downs.
Real quick, Cavante, let the people know what we do following each Commanders game. While I do something real quick, but let the people know what we do following each Commanders game and leading up to the games, like we do on even the short weeks with the Commanders preview and post game show.
Man, listen, it felt like I was just talking to y'all a couple of days ago. Oh, I was with our main podcast on our main show on Mondays, and usually we try to do our preview somewhere Wednesday, Thursday anyway, but just so happens that the game is actually on Thursday. So we definitely do a preview every week, previewing the Commanders matchup. We look at the threads, I give keys to the game, check out the injury report, and what I think is going to happen in that game leading up to the game, and then after the game, which for us will be tomorrow. So we'll see you guys again tomorrow for our post game, for my live instant reactions. Our live and instant reaction to the game. We'll analyze the box scores. We'll analyze the game. Look at the eye tests. Who did well? Who didn't do well? The good, the bad, and the ugly. It all gets talked about in the post game.
Cravante, real quick. It is a. How you feel about the spread? 3.5.
That's about right. That's pretty much home field. Plus 3. That's like 3 plus the hook. As for my score, it looks like I think the Commanders will cover. If I said 27-24, so I think the Commanders will could cover that spread, but I'm feeling shaky about betting on it.
That 1988 is sticking with me. Now I feel like the Commanders might win this because I'm like,
yo, I'm hoping like the more absurd the stats, the more I kind of like, dang, it's all stacked against us. Time to win. Like when all the commentators all pick the same team, yes, and then the opposite happens. Hey man, I'm I'm all for it, man. Even though I didn't pick them initially to win, I'm all for it because this will let everyone know that all right, this team's for real. Because now the Packers have been propelled into the contender category. So beating a contender on the road would be big time. But hoping for the best for the Commanders, of course. But I do think the Packers will find a way to win.
How about this real quick? I thought about it, and even with the Ravens and the Bills in week 1, you don't think about it later in the season, but these games can have playoff implications because head-to-head tiebreakers. I think these are 2 playoff teams. This could come down to some sort of tiebreaker. If they're not division winners, if they have to be wild cards.
Yep.
Hey, that week 2 game on Thursday night looms large.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I think the schedule makers knew that. I think they did this definitely, on purpose. Like Ravens, Bills first week 1, Commanders, Packers week 2. Yeah, like we're all gonna look back on these first 2 weeks and be like, if we happen to have the same record, you know what I'm saying? But it should be a good one. And I'm hoping we come out on top. But I'm gonna lean Packers in this matchup.
65 degrees and sunny in Green Bay. Glad it's not December.
Beautiful. Oh yeah. Listen, if we're gonna go to Lambeau, give me Lambeau in September because this is perfect. This is perfect weather for everyone. This is perfect football weather. As opposed to the Ravens. Y'all going in December, ain't y'all?
Yes.
Ugh, that's ugh. It'd be 12 degrees out there. No, thank you.
How about Matt LaFleur? Remember, he was a quarterbacks coach when Dan Quinn was in Atlanta. I wanted to mention this too. When they reached the Super Bowl, I don't know if you remember that. LaFleur, one of the most probably consistent coaches in the NFL too, under the Dan Quinn tree.
Yes. He was also he was on the Commanders roster way back in the day as well. Back with when that was Sean McVay and the Shanahans. That was around that time. We had a lot of great coaches, man, back in those days. But Matt LaFleur has been around, so he knows a thing or two about football. So there's a reason why he is where he is.
Real quick, a name to look out for, Cravante. Also, Packers linebacker Edgerrin Cooper. He had a productive rookie season, year 2, 2024 second-round draft pick, 12 tackles against the Lions. So someone to look out for. Also with the linebacking core of Parsons and Gary, he was a second-round pick out of Texas A&M. So there.
Great, just great. At least we're not looking forward to Alexander being in the secondary, but the defense is definitely. I thought it was solid before, but with Michael Parsons, when he gets in there full time, they are going to be damn good. I think they're going to be really, really good.
Real quick, since we won't be here Sunday, how you feeling about week 2? Any games you're looking forward to? Any betting type of trends or any type of games you're looking forward to? I know we got a Super Bowl rematch at 4 o'clock on Sunday on Fox. Of course, the Commanders on Thursday night. How you feeling about this week 2? Since we'll be here, but you'll be off.
Right. So the Steelers are favored again this week, and that is concerning because again, newsflash, the Steelers did not cover the spread in week 1. Like I told you, they wouldn't. I don't know what it is about Mike Tomlin and the Steelers when they're favored, they don't cover. And if only it was 2.5, and they won by 2 against the Jets. Crazy. They're favored again, and it's actually, it's 2.5 again. I am concerned about that. I'm concerned about that game. I picked the Steelers, but Seahawks because the Seahawks are coming from, west east. These actually, these games are. I felt as though these games were a little bit easier to pick than week 1, but Colts and Broncos will be interesting. Let me see. Bills. Ooh. All right, 49ers. Here we go. Stop. Here we go. Stop right there. The 49ers and Saints. The 49ers in the injury bug has bitten them again. So that was it 3.5?
Yes, 3.5.
They might be scratching and clawing. They might be scratching and clawing to escape the Saints. Patriots and Dolphins. Why are the Dolphins favorite? I do not know, but I'm going the opposite. I'm going to the opposite direction. Bo Nix did look shaky, and the Colts are at home, right?
Yes.
Yikes. Yes. Bo Nix is probably going to have to get it together. Ben Johnson going back home. That's going to be fun. I think he's going to leave with an L because Caleb Williams is he looks better, but probably not where Ben Johnson wants him to be. Cowboys Giants, that game may get out of hand, which I'm cool with. Titans Rams, I'm concerned. The only thing I'm concerned about with the Rams is Stafford's health. Can Stafford make it all 17 games? Because I also picked them to make the playoffs, so I need that. Bills and Jets. That might be tough. I think the Jets will keep it closer than people will think. That's what I'll say. I think 6.5 is a bit much for the Bills, but I think the Jets will keep it close. And you got Ravens and Browns. Ravens and Browns, I believe I know it's a double-digit point spread.
11.5, Cavante.
I don't like that. I feel like that's too high. For a divisional matchup. Now, the Ravens should come out there with their hair on fire. They absolutely should. But I just feel like the Browns find a way to hang around. And I think 11.5 is probably too much. And y'all home. So this is the home opener. Yeah, y'all should come out with your hair on fire, but I think that's too many points. Eagles, Chiefs. I told you I thought about the Chiefs with the Chiefs and Eagles before. I think the Eagles may get the Chiefs up out of there, man. Jalen Carter's playing. The Chiefs. What's up with Worthy?
He's out. I think he's out. Saying dislocated shoulder. Yeah, I think he's out.
Y'all got no receivers.
Yeah.
And they got Travis Kelce, who's a little long in the tooth.
They gotta find a way to run the ball. They can't let Mahomes just get killed like that. 40, dropping back all the time.
No, absolutely not.
And that's a tough D to run on.
Exactly. So I think the Eagles. I think that 1.5 is kind of modest. I have no problem taking 1.5. Or shoot, since it's 1.5, money line is probably about the same number. And lastly, the Falcons and the Vikings.
National championship game rematch. Remember, Cavante, Penix was with Washington and McCarthy was with Michigan that year.
Wow. Yeah. Look at that. And the Vikings back-to-back primetime games.
Man, Kevin O'Connell's a hell of a coach, man. He coached them up on some Monday night.
yeah, he did. So we'll see if he could run that back because that's another primetime game. And JJ McCarthy, my gosh. The tale of two halves, the Jekyll and Hyde. That's what he looked like. You got to show me that consistently, man. And we got the Texans and Bucks. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting game. That's an interesting game, and I think the Chargers. Let's see if it's for real. Let's see if you for real. Back-to-back divisional games. Let's see if you for real.
Well, the winner of this, I think, is for real because they'll be 2-0 and they're in the same division. So that'd be an interesting game. I think the Raiders are going to win, but that's just me. I think Ashton Genty has a big game.
Raiders jumping out there 2-0, beating the Chargers would be crazy.
You know Vegas going to be crazy, man. The home opener, I'm just saying.
Vegas. Oh, is Vegas going to Vegas?
Ooh, I hope not. What we got? Yeah, Cravante. Let the people know what to do if they're watching us right now on YouTube and on X, because I think that's pretty much all we got, my brother.
Man, if you're over on X, come on to YouTube. Let's get these views up. Like, subscribe, comment. There you will find something you like over here. Between Byron with all his streams of the wrestling, football season back at pretty much all week. Somebody's going to be on this channel streaming something, because content is king. You'll find something you like, whether it's wrestling, basketball, football. You'll find something you like, and you will be entertained. So like, subscribe, and also hit that bell for notifications, because you don't want to miss this.
Appreciate you, Cravante. Always a pleasure to do this with you, my guy.
Always, man.
We'll be live, like Cravante said, immediately following the Commanders and Packers on Amazon Prime, by the way. So plan accordingly, everybody. Yeah, Amazon Prime. So that's always fun with Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. So we'll be live right after that. And then Sunday we'll be live after Ravens and Browns. And then on Monday, new week, Flex Zone Podcast. We're back, episode 506. So we'll be live with that. And this weekend, we're live for the Crawford Alvarez fight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's Saturday night. So we'll be on here for that, having some fun, watching some boxing. And we got a lot more content coming your way, like Cavante said. Only place giving you sports how you want it, Cavante.
When you need it.
One half of the founder, father, senior producer, captain of the Goofy Ship, and the Commandalorian. As he said, make sure you hit that like button, hit the bell. Come on over from X to YouTube. We do previews each week for the Commanders and Ravens, Maryland football, post-game shows after each game as well, and the flagship podcast on Mondays and streams throughout the week to get lost in as well. Vote on the poll. Let us know who wins. And as always, leave a comment if you made it this far after the fact. Hit the like button. Hit the bell to know when all of our videos drop as well. And join. Become a member of the Flex Zone family. Custom emotes and exclusive content. Any final words for the people, Cavante? I think we covered it all for this week.
Man, listen, we're going to pop back out tomorrow. So we will see y'all tomorrow after the Commanders-Packers matchup. Hopefully it's a good game.
Yes, sir. You heard the man right here on the Flex On Podcast. Throw your ones up. Acknowledge us. We'll see you with more Commanders content. Best two-man duo in the community. Give you Commanders coverage front to back and all around. Appreciate you, Cavante. Always a pleasure. Everybody watching, thank you. Thank you for showing us some love earlier. We were live for AEW, and we'll be live on Friday for SmackDown. And as mentioned on Saturday for the Canelo and Crawford fight. You may get a preview. We'll figure that out. Maryland football this weekend, so a lot of content coming your way. And as mentioned, tomorrow, we kick it off with the Commanders post-game show. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe. Send in love and positivity. I know it's been a crazy day, but we're here hopefully to be an escape for a little bit for you. But we'll be here covering the Commanders all season long. For Cravante and everybody in the chat, good night, everybody. We'll see what the Commanders do and Packers on Thursday night prime time. We'll see you for the post-game show. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.
Peace.